Good morning, Simplifiers.
Good morning, Simplifiers. Welcome back.
Welcome.
So we officially have this podcast on iTunes. We have our first. Is it on iTunes?
It is on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
And we'll be on iTunes soon.
Okay. Once
Second
Selena
they
figures out
approve
how to
us.
do it. Oh, they have to approve us.
Yeah.
So we have one listener so far, one follower. So this podcast is for them.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, how many followers do you really expect to have after one day?
Wait, we have three.
Three followers.
Three.
We have 3 followers.
Yes.
Okay. 3 followers.
And if you include me and Jared, then we have 5.
That's right.
So we're already creating movement here.
That's right. So the movement is to simplify. So for those of you who don't know, you can check us out at wesimplifybusiness.com.
Mm-hmm.
We are all about simplifying processes in insurance agencies. Insurance agencies are super complex.
Yeah.
Everything about them is complicated. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where we rise above the rest is we know that people can get great results by creating really simple processes that their team can consume and use and see great results. Agents want their teams to do a lot of stuff. They want their teams to do everything.
Yeah.
And they can only do that when they have really simple, repeatable processes. We've implemented simplified processes in every aspect of an insurance office.
And not just insurance, we're also incorporating simplification into every aspect of our lives. And that's where the movement comes in. So even if you aren't part of an insurance and financial services profession,
If SIP,
we want you to become a part of our movement. So anytime you see anything in life that's complicated, we want you to post a picture of it or tweet about it and hashtag simplify with an I or simplifiers and join our movement in simplifying everything.
so we're going to cover, or we're going to, there's a continuation of our last podcast. So
Right.
a couple days ago we talked about new agents, and we're working with a lot of new agents. That seems to be one of the groups of clients that really want our help and seek out our help. And so we covered the top 2 questions that they have, and I just gave a really brief summary of our thoughts on how we can simplify that for people.
Yeah.
And today we're going to just hop into topic number 3 and topic number 4. Sound good? Let's do it. So
Yeah, let's
Helena's
do it.
got the list over there.
How do you pay your employees?
How do you pay your team? Everybody wants to know how to pay
Yes.
their team.
How
So
do you pay your team?
there's a million ways to pay your team. A lot of people want to pay commission, right, for salespeople, and it depends on how much revenue you get per sale. So for example, if I'm an agent in Michigan where the premiums are $2,000 every 6 months or every year, I'm going to make $200 per sale.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm an agent in Oregon where the average annual premium is $900, I'm going to make $90 per sale. So it completely depends on where you're at, what the average revenue is per sale, as to how you're going to pay your team. The key that I say first with new agents is it doesn't really matter how you pay your team. There's a couple basic guides here. One is you want to pay them enough so they feel valued. That goes back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you haven't, you can look it up. Maslow, hierarchy of needs. He talks about what really motivates people to do more. And so you can't see me because this is a podcast. But my
and
hand.
you can see, I think that on the little thumbnail, there's like a picture of me and Jared and our Simplify team.
But what you can't see is my hand is in the air, and I'm like, okay, so money only motivates people to this degree, and my hand is about halfway up on an invisible chart, right? You want to take money off the table for people. Basically, you want to pay them enough so they feel valued, but it doesn't get them. They don't wake up in the morning excited to make money. So many agents try to create incentives for people, and they're like, I offered this $1,000 bonus, and nobody really worked any harder to hit it. Well, that's because that's not how it works. You're already paying them enough. They don't worry about money anymore. So money is just half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when you're compensating your people, so it doesn't really matter. Just pay them enough, and then care about them, right? Get to know them a little bit, and incentivize them in ways that they will appreciate.
Yep.
Like Halima, what outside of money motivates you?
Money.
Okay,
Just kidding.
nice.
Progress.
Yeah.
and teamwork.
What if I could fly you out to see your family once a month? Or what if I could fly your family here to see you because you're in Portland and you moved from Denver?
Yeah.
You know, those kinds of things would be way more impactful than giving you a couple $100 extra, right?
Right, exactly.
So that's the kind of stuff you need to be able to, you need to get to know about your team and you need to incentivize them for. And this is the key, this is the biggest one. You need to do a drum roll? Do you know how to do a drum roll? You need to be able to explain the compensation plan to someone in 10 seconds or less that anybody can understand. So here's how you know if you've got a good compensation plan. It pays them enough, obviously, they feel valued, but you can explain it in less than 10 seconds, and they can repeat it back to you. All right.
Anyways, next question.
Thank you.
What is the next question, Jared?
So the next question, since you can't read your own writing, obviously, question number 4 is how should I set up my office? And what they're asking there is people. How should I set up the people? And what should the people do in my office as a new agent?
Right.
All right. So now that once again, there's this different, and we have this in a lot more detail online, but it's different depending on where you're at. If you're in a retail spot, like my office is in a high rise, so I don't need a receptionist, so to speak. I don't have people walking in all day taking my team's time, which I love that. But what you want to do, what's critical when starting an agency, is you want to make sure that you have people that are dynamic. So here's the deal. In a perfect world, after you've been an agent for a few years, you'll have specialists. You'll have people who specialize in outbound sales because you want your outbound salespeople to be able to focus all their time and effort on outbound sales activities. You don't want to confuse or muddy the waters with incoming customer service calls. They're motivation killers, and you need your salespeople, you need everybody, frankly, with structure, knowing what they're doing every day. So the more specialized you can be, the better. You graduate to specialization as you get better and bigger.
Right.
But when you're a new agent, you need dynamic people. You need people who can do everything. Because you never know when 1 or 2 people, there's going to be a coup and all your people are going to leave you.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you've got a team of 4 and all of a sudden you've got 2 people and they're both salespeople, who's going to do customer service and vice versa? Who's going to do sales?
Nicely done. Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome.
And we are out of time for today.
Okay.
So we are going to wrap it up. And
Halima, hold on. Halima wants to try out her new closing line for today.
Yes.
We're gonna see from our 3 listeners what they think. We'll do a poll. What do you guys think?
From the words of a wise dear friend, remember, folks, you have to always risk it to get the biscuit, and keep it simple.
We're gonna compare that with my new closing line that I've been thinking of all day.
Okay,
all right.
Hit us with it.
It's you gotta grow it so you don't blow it. Grow it so you don't blow it.
Risk it to get the biscuit and grow it so you don't blow it.
That's
All
right.
There will be a poll linked to our social media on this.
All right. Hashtag Simplify.
And hashtag Simplifiers.
Simplifiers.
Yes. And
Peace out.
It's as simple as that.